Guys, watch this video to the end and see whether if this torch fits your fishing style and if it's worth $1. Check it out. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the very next episode of Hui Fishing. Today I am testing out the same exact auger, the Jiffy Torch, now using the Dewalt. This one's the DCD999, which is one of their newer models with a 6 amp flex volt battery. So flex volt, you're supposed to get 42% more power, drilling power, but I don't know, who knows. Let's see how it goes. I have already drilled 4 holes and they are about 13 inches each that I've measured. So let's give it a try. So let's see how many more I can get on top of 4 holes. I'm actually just already set up right over there, that tent. So let's give it a go. I'm at 6 holes. I think at the 10th hole, the Kobalt already overheated. Battery is not hot, so that's a good sign. Still not hot, and battery still good, nothing flashing. Still cool battery, and let's see here. Oh, still got juice. Let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Next row. Not bad. Still going. Let's see here. Oh, my hands are cold. It's freezing. Still got juice. I can't believe it. Oh, so cold, so cold. Fingers are freezing. Okay, there we go. Still shows 1 bar, but nothing's flashing. Oh. Okay, not gonna force her now. I think that's it for her. That's 10, 20, 30, 38 and a half here. Got 4 holes in the shack, so but let's just say 34 holes. That's on the Dewalt DCD999. Last time, or last video, it was kind of a fail. So overall, when I was drilling with the Kobalt 4 amp hour, it overheated after the 10th hole. So for me to be able to drill this many holes in that amount of time, I mean, it's putting a lot of strain on this drill. But now I know exactly how many holes I can drill, or how many inches of ice. Okay, so what happened is my memory card on my camera, I forgot to empty it before I started recording. So when I walked back to it, it said memory was full. But luckily, it caught the entire time, like all the footage where I was drilling holes. I drilled holes very, very well. It bit through the ice, it chewed right through it, and had no problems. I didn't have to, usually when people are drilling and they're having issues drilling through, they have to lift it, clear out snow, and then keep going again. I didn't have to do that. So the Jiffy did very, very well. The drill, super, super strong. So it performed very fast, and I am quite impressed with that Dewalt. It was pretty darn good. What I do want to say, would I buy that torch again? Would I buy the torch? It's really hard for me to say because everyone will have their own opinion on whether if the torch is worth it or not. Now it's about the chipper blades versus shaver blade. In my opinion, I would probably go shaver blade next time. So I probably wouldn't buy this torch as my first pick. I'm not exactly happy with its efficiency. So it does bite ice very well, but because it does bite and chew through ice very well, it requires a lot of torque to turn that 8-inch auger. So many guys are able to use a, let's just say a 4 amp hour battery on a shaver blade. Let's just say as an example, the lite-flite, and they're able to punch like 560 inches of ice. Test, like non-stop drilling with no overheating. So shaver blades, they are a lot more efficient. For me to have to compensate and wanting to be able to drill a lot of holes, I need a much bigger battery. So I had to get the flagship, super expensive Dewalt DCD999, which is one of the best Dewalt drills. And then it had to have a 6 amp hour battery just to drill 450 inches of ice. So the amount of holes that you saw me drill, that was all 13 inches. I did have to drill 4 holes before that video because I had a guest with me and I didn't want him to wait for me to do a video. So what I did was I drilled the 4 holes, I measured it, it was 13 inches of ice. I set up the tent, set up the heater, made sure that he could start fishing, and then I started punching my holes for the video. I am kind of disappointed that the torch, it is a little bit inefficient. That basically means my drill has to work much, much harder than if it was to be a 8-inch shaver blade, like the lite-flite or the Eskimo pistol bit. And because it has to work that much harder, the Dewalt's not gonna last as long, most likely, compared to if I was to buy a different bit. On the other hand, I mean, it's not too bad, it's not a deal breaker, but I don't think drilling holes into ice is a race. It's about how many holes you can drill and be sustainable. The torch, not exactly the most sustainable. Being able to only drill 450 holes and needing a much larger battery just to compensate, it's not really that great. That basically means you have to spend more money on batteries and your product just won't last that long. So that's the thing. Just imagine how many holes I could have drilled with my Dewalt if I had a lite-flite. If I'm getting if I'm getting like 450 inches of ice right now, and people are getting 550 to 560 inches of ice on a 4 amp hour, how many holes would I have gone with a lite-flite and a 6 amp hour Dewalt? Think about that. That would have been an amazing combo. It would have been efficient. I would have been able to punch a lot of holes. and I wouldn't have been putting all that strain. Each hole compared 1 to 1. So let's just say 1 hole drilled with this torch versus 1 hole drilled on the Strike Master. I wouldn't have had to have all that strain each time I'm using it. So yeah, think about that. Now, just because this drill is not exactly efficient when it comes to battery power, it still bites ice, and it does drill holes quite well. The pro about having a chipper blade is even if you do accidentally hit something, you might still be able to cut more holes. Like, you're not stuck with no auger. It'll still bite ice after you dull it out. The thing about it is, it just doesn't fit my lifestyle. So I'm just trying to run and gun and punch holes, try to be efficient with my battery, buy less batteries. I don't need to drill a hole very fast. I think when people are doing comparisons with drills, trying to see who's like a half a second faster, I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest, in my opinion. I care about how many holes I can do. So that way I can fan out my holes and hole hop around. Now, if I can't fan out my holes because I can't drill as many holes, now that's a problem for me. So it doesn't fit my style. Doesn't mean it won't fit yours. Okay, so the last thing I want to say is something pretty cool. Jiffy made a bag, and it's pretty convenient because they allow you to stick your drill onto the bag at the same time. The only thing is, it's a safety concern. Just make sure you have your safety on at all times, because yeah, let's just say if I accidentally hit it by accident, or if I put it in my vehicle and I bumped something up against it and I hit that trigger, either the drill is going to start spinning around or this blade is going to start spinning around inside the bag, and that could become quite dangerous. So just keep in mind, always keep that trigger on. I'll show you with this removed right here. Bag zipped up all the way. This is how it looks. So it allows you to stick your drill on right there, right on the chuck, and keep and walk around like that actually. So not sure if it's a good idea, not sure if it's safe, but it's a pretty cool idea, I guess. This is one of the things, this is what I hate about this bag. So when you're trying to put it in, you got to try and slide it in perfectly. And if you don't, this blade right here actually rips out, starts scratching and tearing up this material. And this material, it's actually not very thick. It's got foam behind it, but you can easily rip and tear it up. See, when you take it out and you put it inside, if you're not careful, listen to the sound, listen to the sound. You hear that scraping sound? That's bag against the blade. So if you put it in, you gotta be careful that you get it in there carefully. And also pull it out carefully too. It's darn annoying. So leave a comment below. Let me know exactly what your opinion is, whether you think it's a good purchase or it's a bad purchase. The torch on its own, the price wise, it's very attractive. I mean, they go from, I think it was like, with the bag, they're about $240 Canadian. I mean, if I was to look at another bit on average, they're all $300. Should I have spent like $60 more and got a pistol bit or so on? And because I bought the torch, I actually had to spend more money on a drill just to be able to drill 450 inches of ice. So I could have, I don't know if it was the right choice. It's hard to say. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, what your opinion is. Would you have bought it? What your setup you're currently using, and what your future setup's gonna be, because I'm interested in knowing. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we'll see you next time.